right, Salt, host over here at Faux Show, and he's not here with us today, but I got a guest. This is my main man, Matthew. You know, today's topics and just, life in general. We're not going to get too deep, but we are going to talk about President Donald Trump,
I like that.
You know what I noticed? Like every other ex-president, they still refer to them as president, right?
Yeah, they do that. They keep that title.
And then, but when it comes to this man right here, they say, oh, and Donald Trump, they don't put that president in front of him.
Well, they disrespect him in different ways.
Yeah, I just, I just don't like the disrespect going towards him now. It's just too much.
It's a political disrespect.
It's too much, man. And we get it. You don't like him. Okay, you think but come on, man. And it's to the point where people are starting to wake up, I think, and are starting to wonder, why are y'all doing all this?
Well, they have their own agenda.
We understand that part, but is this man really that dangerous that you're going this hard at him? I want to run this first clip we got because I watched this on Netflix.
Okay.
It's called The American Dream. Donald Trump, The American Dream. And this is one of the only
said, though, that if you did run for president.
This is one of the only documentaries that don't rip him apart. They just tell his story. And just a little clip by a woman who's interviewing him now who doesn't support him now. Okay, on her show, Oprah Winfrey. Let's see it.
You've said, though, that if you did run for president, you believe you'd win.
Well, I don't know. I think I'd win. I tell you what, I wouldn't go in to lose. I've never gone into losing in my life. And if I did decide to do it, I think I'd be inclined, I would say that I would have a hell of a chance of winning, because I think people, I don't know how your audience feels, but I think people are tired of seeing the United States ripped off. And I can't promise you everything, but I can tell you one thing, this country would make one hell of a lot of money from those people that for 25 years have taken advantage. It wouldn't be the way it's been, believe me.
This is Donald Trump about 30 plus years ago. Let's just look at, I want to look at this one thing. He said, I wouldn't go in it.
If I didn't expect to win.
I'll
let you know what kind of person he is.
I saw that, I was like, this man thought 30-something years ago, this was his mindset 30 years ago. He said, I don't go into anything to lose. I wouldn't run unless I know it's going to win.
So that means his timing, I'm talking about his planning, his strategic acts was all methodically did.
Right.
I want to share this with you. When you take an old ox, you put him with a young ox, the young ox going to want to go his way. Mm-hmm. But see, that old ox going to tread the path that's already laid for him. He's going to put him along. We dropped the ball. I'm the first to say.
You're speaking up in agriculture when you see use oxes to
that's
plow
right.
the field. Okay.
That's right.
I just want to make sure our audience know what you're referring to.
Yeah, that's the ox I'm speaking of.
Okay.
And it's also, when a man see his son accelerate in anything, mm-hmm. he should feel proud. My son's a metal worker, and I watched him in the shop use that saw. He could have been a surgeon. He was in the Marine Corps, but I watched him use that saw. And my integrity for him, using that saw, went out the roof because I see he's good at it and he likes it and he knows his position. That's my son.
Right.
So I think we need to be more appreciative and let the kids know we're not entitling you, because what you do is for you. My mama used to tell me, if you like it, I love it. Mm-hmm. We don't have those kind of things where we can actually show the kids like, this is what, because no, that's not proper today. Because we have so many other influences mm-hmm. that directs the way we parent. Mm-hmm. We got so many hands in the cookie jar.
Right.
I hate to fight. Now, I ain't never hit my kids. But I hate the fact that there's some kids out there need to be hit. The domestic violence shouldn't just be between the mom and the daddy. Mm-hmm. Sometimes that violence go to the kids.
Excuse me.
Because you didn't properly rein him, and now he's running wild and rapid, and now you're looking for help. And when the help come gonna take the kid out the house and put you in jail. So what's the entitlement there?
Right.
Is he entitled to go to jail, or he's entitled to lose his kids, or whatever? Our whole society is out. It's out of the plight, and it's sorry that it's sorry. I'm not saying I'm sorry. It's sorry because they won't let you align yourself. The structure of the family is the structure of the community. The structure of the community is the structure of the county. The structure of the county is the structure of the state. And the structure of the state should be that of the United States, because we have laws, rights, constitutions that actually put things in order. It puts it in order, but we don't know that. We don't know our rightful place. That's why we're so easily taken out of it. So we have to be educated in doing things the correct way. Do I, do everything right? No, I haven't done everything right. But I'm beginning to see through the illumination of what I study, through other people.
Illumination, not Illuminati.
No,
Okay, all
illumination.
right, okay, illumination.
Insight.
Insight.
Over
okay.
the old sight, anything in your eyesight.
Right, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Broaden your horizon,
Okay.
your vision.
I'm glad you said educate. I want to go to this next clip. This is also about our main man. We talked about it on our last episode that a lot more black people
Turning to Trump.
are turning to Trump.
That's right.
And here he's speaking about, why and where he stands in regards to his people
Yes.
and what's going on.
Exactly how to bait black people because they use things like racism. Can I give you an example?
Listen
the other
close.
day, Michelle Obama went on TV. She gave a whole speech, talked about how Trump was this and Trump was that. And at the very end of what she said, she made sure to say, and yes, it is racist. You know why? Because the minute you call anything racist or you add race into it, black people get emotional and they come out. Kamala did the same thing because they
He's
know how
calling
to
them
bait
out.
black people in. The problem is black people are stuck looking at CNN and the rest of that stuff. And here's my thing, and I've told black people this before.
They
who are
get
Democrats.
people
I
to
don't
vote
try to convince Democrats to be
based on their
Republican.
emotions.
What I try to convince them to do is know your history and read a little bit. Do your research.
That's all I'm trying to do.
Okay.
Get out of the emotions.
Yeah.
I've been saying that since day one. Emotions. All you have to do, listen to this now. And like he said, he says, listen, I believe in the Constitution of the United States. And what I mean by that, the freedoms that come along with that. The freedoms that give me the ability to do what I'm doing right now.
Right now, saying what you want.
Say what I want. Okay. The freedoms that give me the right to say whether I like this country or not. The freedoms that give me to say I don't like my president or I like my president. The freedoms that give me, even for some people, to be whatever it is that you decide you want to be or identify as. The freedoms that this country gives, right? And if you choose to vote this way or that way, exercise your constitutional right.
That's right.
Okay. If you want to vote this way, vote that way. If you want to believe in this person, believe in that person. But there's no education. I know you're big on being informed and being educated. What do you think about what my man said?
I think he was right down the alley. He was right down the alley. We, as black people, get in our emotions. And the reason that is, believe it or not, most of us was raised by our mother or our grandmother. There was not a man there to portray the image that needed to be steadfast, the foundation. It's not solidified in our character. So we go over to that emotion side. And anything that attacks our emotions, we react, bite with it with emotions. We don't use the logic, the mind, the linguistics, the mind that we need to show this is how I'm going to handle this scenario, this situation. We high pipe. We high piped anyway. Everybody ready to go off.
Ready to go off.
Everybody ready, but they don't want to go off to the army. They don't want to go off to work.
You know where I really learned how to get out of my emotions?
In prison.
In prison. Because this is the generation before me, they handed it down to me.
Yeah.
They say, listen, man, you're not going to beat them with all the rah-rah. You know how you're going to beat them?
Pen and paper.
This is the same way they got you here?
They'll free you. to free you.
The pen.
That's right.
This.
It will free you.
Now, in order to use that pen right, now you're going to have to do some reading.
Yeah. So shepherd dies.
Right. And or they got this thing called Chapter 33. You familiar with Chapter 33?
Very much so.
Yes. Let me go into Chapter 33. And I remember going to Chapter 30. I'm like, oh, I didn't know that.
They can't do that.
They cannot do X, Y, and Z. And so
They
I
can't do that.
based on Chapter 33,
33.
chapter, paragraph, slide it. Now,
Grievance approved.
grievance approved. We're going to listen to this. Watch this.
Mr. Trump is an anomaly. He's someone that doesn't fit the norm. You expected a man to be like the other presidents. You wanted him to be more presidential. He's so transparent. You wanted him to put on a suit and act dignified, like the thieves and robbers that dress in suits and tell lies.
That's from the Nation of Islam.
But the Nation of Islam is very informed.
The Nation of Islam is very informed. That's going to be our next one with Morgan Freeman. The Nation of Islam, very informed, but educated. But the Nation of Islam, from what I understand, you may have a little more education on this, but they were how you said, pro-black?
Most definitely.
Yes. Right. So to hear something like that coming from Farrakhan, to say to the leader, most influential sect of Islam in this country, say that about a white president that everybody else hates, including we're some black people we're supposed to hate too, to hear that coming from him says a lot to me.
I'm familiar with Farrakhan
Mm-hmm.
in his writings, some of his lectures. And I'm going to tell you something. Farrakhan is a righteous man. And out of righteousness come truth. And Farrakhan tells his people the truth, and he gives them the opportunity to make their own decisions. Once you lay it on the table and you decide to go the other way, that's on you. You can't say a man didn't tell you. This is like your platform. You're laying it on the table. You're being very transparent. You're exposing the truth. You're speaking the truth. The truth is being indicated.
Let's talk about our history. You said our history.
Ooh.
All right. Let's run this clip.
Ooh.
I love my man, Morgan Freeman.
Morgan Freeman hit the news again for saying that Black History Month is an insult and that so is the term
Watch this.
African American. Quote, 2 things I can say publicly that I do not like. Black History Month is an insult. You're going to relegate my history to a month? Also, African American is an insult. I don't subscribe to that title. Denzel Washington also said, I'm very proud to be Black, but Black is not all that I am. So when you hear from people like Morgan Freeman or Denzel Washington or Idris Elba, it's going to become more acceptable to say, you know what, I don't understand this. And really, I've never understood it. To be Black, sure, means something, but it doesn't mean much. And it doesn't tell you much about who you are as an individual. Morgan.
What you think about that?
I think that a new awareness is coming where people are starting to recognize and associate themselves with their true selves. Because if you look at us, you know, I'm a dark-skinned brother, y'all. I ain't black, dude. I'm not black. And that's the color they got on there, and they say I'm supposed to identify with that. And I relentlessly tell them I'm not black.
Well, Richard Pryor would say you was blue-black.
Yeah, but I would look at your shirt and see the color black from being educated with my colors. Don't give me a color, that American Negro or American Black. Well, first of all, I'm an American citizen, okay? But an American Negro or American Black, I'm an American citizen for one reason. My mom had me here and rendered my Social Security card. You understand? Giving me no choice in the idea out of ignorance. So now I have to sign papers. I signed some papers. I'm a Hebrew. You need to study your culture and understand where you came from and where you're at right now and represent where you came from. Where you at right now is not a sin. When they say history, if you break that down, it's saying his story, who is he? His story, who is he? They like to say other stuff. I'm going to tell you who he is. He is you if you do the right thing in your life. It's your story that needs to be told. I think it's significant that we give the opportunity to our youth to embroil the culture, man, because if they don't, they're going to lose out, and there will be an African Negro, or even worse.
Black History Month,
Let's
you
talk about
find
ridiculous.
Yes.
Why?
You're going to relegate my history to a month?
Okay.
Oh, come on.
What do you do with yours? Which month is White History Month? Well, come on, tell me.
Well, I'm Jewish.
Okay, which month is Jewish History Month?
There isn't one.
Oh, why not?
Yeah.
Do you want one?
No.
No, I don't either. I don't want a Black History Month. Black history is American history.
How are we going to get rid of racism?
Stop talking about it. I'm going to stop calling you a white man.
Yeah.
And I'm going to ask you to stop calling me a black man.
Do you agree with him? He say, how do we get rid of racism? Just stop talking about it.
I'm talking about. That's the only thing that spares it up. So when you hear somebody say something,
Stop talking about it.
stop talking about it. You know what I seen? So beautiful. And it was this gorgeous black girl. And she had like 3 kids that were mulatto. And made me feel proud with this fat old white man. And kids say, Grandpa, what you doing? Granddaddy say, I'm finna bring Christmas in early. You know, you gotta work 10 times as hard as a white man. Tell him what was told me. And whatever job you get, don't you teach the white man nothing, because when he learn what you want, they gonna make him your supervisor.
Before we move any further, I do have to take care of some bills. Suds and buds. Now, when it comes to car detailing, you got a car wash.
I need one now.
And you got car detailing.
I need one now.
Okay.
Insurance paid.
Suds and Buds, car detailing by Eli and Company. 954-995-6529. The thing about car detailing and car wash is to get some of the dirt off your car. You know, with a car detail, your car is cleaned.
Technically.
Your car is clean.
Yes.
Your floors are vacuumed. Your carpets are shook out.
You make me feel bad.
The door jambs are clean. You understand what I'm saying? The windows are clean. I just wipe down with a towel or air dried through a machine. That's the difference between car wash and Suds and Buds. So if you want a car wash, don't call Suds and Buds. If you want a car detailing, you call Suds and Buds. Ask for Eli, 954-995-6529. And if you're interested in your own Suds and Buds franchise, you can have one in your city too. Give us a call at 954-995-6529 and let them know that you heard about them on Full Show.
They should have been watching my car when I was in here talking to you.
They could have, yeah. Now we know. Let's go to this clip here.
When you follow your heart, you always win. I am who I am, who I'm not, I'll never be. That's my message. Go where you celebrate it, not where you tolerate it. Protecting your energy is not a crime. I've been giving y'all the game.
Okay, real quick. I used to have a bad habit. I could have 10 people that's all right with me, right? They think I'm a pretty cool person. And there might be one over there say, you ain't no good. I would spend all my time trying to get that one person to see that I'm an all right guy, man. And trying to figure out why you don't like me, or why you act like, why you think that way, this and that. It took me a while of going and looking inside of myself to learn inside of me what the hell was I pretending not to know, that I needed that one person's approval. Not understanding I didn't need that approval. I didn't need the approval of the 10 over here. But why go over here when I have 10 over here that celebrate me? And I had to learn when I heard him say that. Sometimes people put things in the words that you always thought, but you can't word, but you hear him say it, and you're like, that's it. And that's it for me, what he just said. Go where you celebrate it, not where you tolerate it.
Boy.
What you feel about that, man?
I feel like When you tolerate something, you're putting up with it just to be putting up with it. But when you celebrating, it's free. When I say it's free, I'm talking about the liberty of it, the quality of enjoying. You know, certain things you can't do in here, but you can do it outside. You can't smoke in here.
Right.
You tolerate not smoking, but you go outside and celebrate and fire a cigarette. And that's how life is.
Right.
That's an order. That's a part of the culture that we don't do the things we do at certain places. If I was to take you to a wedding reception and one of the girls walked, you wouldn't throw a $20 bill at her, right? But you go to the strip club, you wouldn't be trying to catch no bouquet from no hoe. So we got to understand when certain things like that are said, how we apply it to our lives.
Right.
How could we apply it? You know, I think that's a very, very nice statement.
Okay.
I take my hat off to the young man, but I got headphones on.
Okay, so let's talk about this. Well, let's watch this clip.
I am not even surprised. Listen to this.
You want to hear a really wild stat, though?
Yeah.
We are at 193 countries, I believe we are number 3 in gun violence. Okay? But if you were to take the 5 cities where there is the most gun violence, Chicago, Philly, I think Houston, Chicago, Philly, Detroit.
St.
I
Louis.
don't know if it's LA, but I think it is LA.
Just share numbers.
Yep. Right. So it's all these cities. If you were to take out the cities and they all have the strictest gun controls. So it's St. Louis, Detroit, it's Chicago, it's Philadelphia, and I think it's Los Angeles. And they have the strongest, the very, very tight gun laws. Keep in mind, they are blue, I'm just saying, not, but if you were to take them out of the equation, we would not be the third, we would be the 189th.
Wow.
That's pretty significant.
We know through empirical data that most gun violence are happening in these inner city communities run by Democrats. And if they would actually do their job, hold people accountable, the country would not be perceived as a violent gun culture country.
The cities where the strictest gun laws are is where all the violence is.
So what you believe? Why wouldn't it be?
All right, so where the strictest gun laws are, that's where all the violence is. That's where the gun violence is. And he said, you remove those few cities, we drop down from number 3
to 100.
To the 189th in the world for gun violence.
So do you believe that? This might be propaganda.
I believe it. I believe it. I remember in the past, Washington, D.C. was a murder capital. I remember Miami was a murder capital. I know Los Angeles was a murder capital at one time. I know Chicago and Baltimore.
Yeah, Baltimore.
These were murder capitals. We all had our turns at being a murder capital.
Like Camden.
Okay. And so these are just a handful of cities. These are a handful of cities. If you want to put the state on, a handful of states with the strictest gun laws and with the most gun violence. So why are we not focusing on those few cities? We're being told that we need more gun law. We need more of this. We need more of that.
Why?
It just sound good. I just think that, we just need to learn to be more educated on things. It's not gun laws.
No.
It's not gun laws because all the killings are not being done by people
with
legal guns.
That's right.
All right, so listen, man, this is a great show. Thank you for coming on.
Anytime.
And sitting with us. My brother here also has his own podcast. You want to?
Matthew Higgs, Blood Raw. We will be going on YouTube, Instagram, and a whole lot of different versions. Okay. So y'all give me a shot. You know what I'm saying? Matthew Higgs, Blood Raw, Recovery Ministry.
All right. And you can find us on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. And other platforms are coming. But please like and subscribe and share. Like and subscribe and share. We're right now on all the most popular platforms. Please like, subscribe, and share. And comment. And educate yourself on issues. Don't go on your emotional issues.
That's right.
If we don't know too sure about it, let's try to do what's right and not say anything about something until we personally get some more information on something. Not just because it go along with the narrative in my mind or in your mind.
Right.
Let's just be educated.
Don't keep gossip.
Don't gossip.
Don't gossip.
That's what a lot of news is today. It's gossip.
Gossip. We don't gossip.
So remember this, man. We love you, but we're not in love with you.
For real.
Thank you for being with us. For sure.